All right, let's go ahead and get to my next guest of the evening. And I feel like this interview has been years in the making because I first met this lady in Lexington. She's from Detroit. She's got an awesome band known as Jennifer Westwood and the Handsome Devils. And after all these years, I finally got her on the show this evening. I'm joined with the lead vocalist herself, Miss Jennifer Westwood. How's it going, Jennifer?
Very good, Kenny. It's so nice to finally get to be able to talk to you again.
Yes, we've known each other for 5, 6 years. Um,
Hard to believe.
yeah, so yeah, and this is when I was getting started going to these live shows in person, supporting like live indie music, and you've always been one of the few visiting musicians that comes to Lexington and always put on an incredible show. Um,
Oh, thank you so much.
So I appreciate you bringing the Detroit feels to Lexington. You truly rep your city. Your band is incredible. Shout out to Dialer. Shout out to the rest of the band. Just truly amazing musicians. So I am truly happy, thrilled, and honored to have you on this show tonight. This I've had a long day today, and now having a talk with you just made it all better.
Oh, it's my pleasure, believe me. It really is. It's nice to have support from someone like you in Lexington, and we absolutely love Lexington. Um, Man, we think about how great it would be all the time to relocate there. We have always had a good time there, and I feel like the music community there, or just the artistic community, is so supportive of musicians, and it holds a very special place in our heart. And it's always nice when I see your face at a show.
Yeah, it's truly amazing. I'll definitely will vouch for the local music community here in Lexington. They've welcomed me with open arms. I was just an internet radio guy. I'm still am, and I wonder if they was gonna accept me. Of course, I lived in Lexington for most of my life, but I just started going to these shows for 7, 8 years now, and every single musician I've run into, different genres, different walks of life, they've always showed me love. They always be like, "Hey, what's up?" It goes beyond supporting music. I've built friendships with these musicians, so it just made it very, very special.
Music brings people together.
Yeah, it definitely does. So I see you traveling. Obviously, a lot of musicians by now have getting back to some sort of normalcy as far as performing, traveling. Um, so how does it feel? You and the band getting to do shows regularly again.
Well, it was a bit of a different experience for us. Dylan and I were on the road when the lockdown started. I remember when like the NBA was like canceling games and we were in Arizona, and I'm like, I think we might end up having to get on home. Like it was getting a little crazy, and we had our last show, I think. Oh, actually had our last show in Kansas City. We were on our way home, and that was really crazy. And we started going grocery shopping on the way home because we don't keep our fridge stocked. And everybody was wearing masks and gloves. So we got home, and we were home, with everybody else during those lockdowns, just like everyone else. And we had a tour planned for that spring, which we didn't know what. Every day we were just looking to see what's happening. We make our living performing. And so what happened was we were able to there were shows of ours that were still viable, that were outdoors, mild climates. As things began to slowly reopen, people were leery, but we had our first trip. We had about, I think, 28 shows scheduled, and only 6 of them were viable at that point still. And we decided to make the trip. We did 6,000 miles, 6 shows in 6,000 miles, and we were very lucky. We didn't take the band with us, under the circumstances. People were like, just, come out. We still want to try to do something. We have to do it different. Just have you and Dylan come out. And we mostly have been following the mild climate, not performing as much nearly as normal. But this year was kind of different for us because we started the year touring out west, and Dylan got a call from a Grammy-winning songwriter out of the blue asking him if he was interested in playing guitar for him. So we had a discussion about, everything we do as a team, and we decided that was a good thing for both of us, for us together. And so he took that job. So since June, we pretty much started from scratch. We really haven't done a ton since June because Dylan's had the opportunity to open up for people like Chris Stapleton and some major acts playing for like 10, 15,000 people a night. But, it's not our band. So we're not like any fancier than we were yesterday or a year ago. But it's not as much work, but we have gotten back to playing with the full band, and we've just kind of limited the shows we're doing under the circumstances. So we've been doing the shows we really want to do, some bigger shows, and then the ones we just really like, we know it's a good environment. The size doesn't really matter, just the kind of people and the environment is important to us. People that really are into the music, and so right now we're getting ready we've been recording, we've been in the studio working on a couple albums. And so actually before you called me, that's what I was doing, but we are getting out there, just the two of us again, starting, the 13th. We're going to be in Cleveland, and we do have a show in Detroit on the 6th, but 13th we're going to be in Cleveland. Then we're going to go up to New York, and then we're going to bust our butts and haul butt to Lexington from New York on the 16th. Just the two of us are going to be playing in the Distillery District at the break room, and hopefully we have good weather so we can be outside and play for everybody.
Okay, October 16th. I'm definitely going to circle that in my calendar.
Yeah, we're going to be on our way to Nashville from there, but we might spend a couple days of downtime there later in the following week. So, because we really, I'm not exaggerating, we really love Lexington. It's a great town.
We definitely appreciate you always coming back, you and Dylan and the band. So, and I'm super excited that for everything that y'all been able to do. I mean, Chris Stapleton, us Kentuckians, we love that guy. We love that guy. For
yeah.
Reasons. He's a very talented guy. So, anytime you get a chance to perform with that guy, yes, please. So, so that's incredible. I purchased.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing for everybody. Is really happy for him, I think.
Yeah, truly, absolutely. So, I purchased it when I first met you. I purchased the album, "Greetings from This Town," and that was released back in 2015. And that's around the time that I started going to these live shows. So I know people that knows people apparently, and every time I go to these shows, I run into someone that I know. This album from 2015 is an incredible project. It's and I love the album cover where you lovely dress fellas with the suits. One of the guys with the hand on his head. It's a very Detroit-esque. It definitely feels like.
That photo was taken in a bar it was once a chicken coop. It's in Detroit, and it's on on, well, everybody knows 8 Mile. It's closer to 7 Mile inside Detroit. And it was a bar. It was a chicken coop that became a bar. And the floor was poured, concrete was poured on the floor. The floor was crooked. The bar stools were cut so they matched the floor. And it's just a wonderfully unique Detroit place. So being born in Detroit's my hometown. I have a love-hate relationship with it because it is my hometown. I love it for many reasons, and then I'm frustrated by it for many reasons. But I love the soul of the city, and I'm really grateful that I grew up in Detroit, quite honestly, and I'm glad that you took note of that and that you felt that it had a Detroit vibe, because I don't know if there's many more Detroit places than a chicken coop that's over 100 years old in the city.
Yeah, I have a story about Detroit. I've been there before, twice actually. The first time I was there, I was a teenager, and it was a church trip actually. We were just going through these different Midwest cities, and I went to Detroit. Me, some of the church people were there, going through the tour of the city, and it was a fun experience. Just being in Detroit, being in the atmosphere was pretty cool. The second time I was there was through an airplane, just at the airport, and it was brief because I was going from Kansas City, um, with my then co-host at the time. Um, my flight my destined flight to Kentucky was kind of funky because it went from, because I'm thinking Kansas City to Kentucky, but the flight was saying, oh, you're going from Kansas City to Detroit to Memphis and to Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
So
That's a roundabout way.
yeah, so yeah, I learned at a very young age what not to do.
Yeah. Well, a lot of flights come through Detroit, and sometimes we have friends who have a layover. And I try to meet with people when I can, if their flights come through Detroit. But a lot of people end up traveling through Detroit on their way to another destination. I just hope more people start stopping and visit.
Yeah, I've been there. I got a chance to go through the city, and I would love to go back to Detroit in the future. I like to go there, go to a Pistons game maybe. I'm a diehard Pistons fan. And I also like to go to that spaghetti spot, that mom's spaghetti spot. I just
Oh my gosh, I want to go too. I still haven't been, and I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, if they have spaghetti sandwiches, I'm going to go there because I grew up eating spaghetti sandwiches. And from what I hear, it's amazing. So
I love me
on my
spaghetti.
bucket list, maybe we'll go together.
Hey, I'm with that. I'm with that. So well, I'll keep that in mind for sure. So I'm excited for you and this band working on new music. I see that y'all going to be performing tomorrow at Berkeley Coffee, which is located at Oak Park, Michigan. So
Yep.
go check that out. All ages are welcome. $10 suggested cover. Doors, jars, or pay at the bar. Y'all gonna be doing songs for sinners and saints. So that is a Jennifer and Donlin show. And then y'all got another show in Lima, New York, as you already pointed out, on the 14th at Fanatics Pub. So that's coming up.
That's a great place. It's a blues club, and they do a great job for the bands there and the fans.
Yes, so go check that out. Another thing that I'm very admired about Jennifer Westwood and the Handsome Devils is the versatility of the band. Y'all are like blues, rock, gospel, country. Like y'all just a nice melting pot, and like a nice smoothie. Y'all just go all all sorts of music, which very very intrigues me every single time. It really does. So I love Jennifer Westwood and the Handsome Devil.
Oh, thank you so much.
Easily my favorite act from Detroit at this point. Um, so it's just awesome times. So I'm very excited for the new music y'all got coming up. So I'm super excited. Uh,
I am too. We're doing some. Well, we're really incorporating when you said that about the different music we do. You know, I grew up and my first albums I bought were Curtis Mayfield and also uh, Hank Williams Sr. So it really is a mishmash of influences, and that's kind of because of how I grew up and where I grew up. But our new albums are really well. We're working on an entirely gospel album that has a little bit of a Stax vibe, and we're working on some honky tonk stuff too, and some other stuff that kind of just meets in the middle. So I'm excited to get it out there as well, and hopefully we can. I'll bring an EP for you next for when we're in Lexington from our Marfa Lights, because I don't think you ever got that one. Our Marfa Lights album or EP.
yeah, I haven't got that one. I got the 2015 album. And I think I may have a shirt. That's from my collection of sorts. So I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind too. Yeah, y'all can check out Jennifer and her incredible band. Check them out at the website jenniferwestwood.com. All the music is there, the merch is there. They're gonna be doing some shows in the fall. The weather's getting pretty cool. So get your nice cozy. Get your your hoodies and your jackets and your pants and fully clothed because the weather is gonna be cold and I hate cold weather, but I'm cool with hoodie season. Yeah, I'm cool with the hoodies. So check out Jennifer Westwood and her band, jenniferwestwood.com, and go support this band. They good people. They gonna put on a great show. They gonna give you some moments and memories that you will remember, and they're good to talk to as well. You can talk Detroit, you can talk music, or just talk, drink, and have a good time.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's how they roll. That's how they get down. So and they're from Detroit. Detroit what? Yeah, Detroit.
Come on now.
So yeah, I love it. I love it. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you again.
I'll definitely keep an eye on October 16th. I'm already in for a busy October as it is. I'm doing some traveling myself. But with y'all coming back here to Lexington, I'll definitely make sure whatever plans I may have, I'll make my way to Break Pepper. Because the only time I go there is because of y'all.
Oh.
That's the only reason. Like if Jennifer and Darwin and the band are there, I'm gonna be there. So thank you so much for your time and being on the show. I look forward to seeing you next month. Continue to do great. You definitely was brought on this earth to perform, to do music, to bring people together and just having a good time. You definitely was brought on this earth to do music, and you do it oh so very well. So thank you, Jennifer.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. You take care. You have a good night, and yeah.
Okay, you too. We'll be pumping out that music for you. That's where I'm gonna go right now, working on some songs.
All right. You have a good night.
You take care.
All right. Bye bye.